Hi, welcome to Energize with Kay. For today's workout, we're gonna need a chair and 2 sets of dumbbells, a heavier weight and a lighter weight. Today, I'm gonna be using 8 pounds and 3 pounds. We're gonna start with sit and stands, making sure our toes are in one straight line. And we'll stand up from the chair and come back down to the chair. You can use your arms to give you a little bit of momentum, making sure that our knees are going straight over our second and third toe, and we're staying nice and parallel in that stand up, making sure that we're not externally rotating our toes out to the side or internally rotating to the center. Good. We want our knees to be going straight over that second and third toe. Also be mindful that our knees are not making circles to come around to stand or to sit. Good. Last one. Our next exercise, we're going to grab our heavier weights. We get a little rest in between. So we're going to rest for about 20 seconds. Those sit and stands should get your heart rate a little bit elevated. That's absolutely normal. So we can do this sitting in the chair. We're gonna bicep curl. So we're gonna bring our arms slightly out to the side and we're gonna curl them towards our shoulders and then extend. Good. Let's make sure here that we're not completely extending our elbows. We want to keep a slight micro bend in our elbows at all times to protect our elbow joints. Good. And also make sure that we are sitting upright in the chair. We're not slouching. We're having nice posture, even though we're just working our arms. Good. Almost there. Rest. And then we're going to rest. We'll go ahead and put our heavier weights down and grab our lighter weights. We can stay sitting in the chair. And also for both of these exercises, if you prefer to stand, you're more than welcome to do that. Our timer is going to give us a 5-second warning when we're ready to go again. Rest. So we're resting for 5 more seconds. Our next exercise is going to be a raise to the side. So we're going to stay nice and tall, and we want our arms to just go about shoulder height. We want to bring our arms straight out to the side. Good. Make sure our core is pulled in. We're sitting up right in the chair. And also be mindful of where your legs are. Are our legs internally rotating or are we slouching? Let's have a nice posture in our legs, even though we're working our arms. Few more. Nice. And that completes our first round. We're going to do everything again, and we're going to go through these 3 exercises 3 times each. So we get a little rest. We're going right back to those sit and stands, making sure our toes are in line, just about hip distance. I want you to imagine a straight line that goes from your toes to your heels to your knees, and your knees to your hips. Here we go. And rest. Getting ready for our bicep curls again. We have 20 seconds to get there. Here's our 5-second warning. Okay, work. Again, making sure that we're keeping that micro bend in our elbows, never completely straightening our arms. We do go all the way down. We just have a little protection there in our elbows and not straighten them into hyperextension completely. Almost there. We got this. And rest as well as we get ready to change our weights. Okay, ready to go. Nice straight arms out to the side. Sitting nice and tall in our chair. And last one. Nice. Okay, that completes round 2. We have one more set of sit and stands. Almost there. Oh, we're resting. Good. Making sure that our knees are going straight over our second and third toe. You can use those arms for assistance. We reach forward and press into those heels to stand us up. Last round is always the hardest. We're so close. One more and rest. Getting ready for our bicep curls. Rest gets me every time. Work. And let's go. Almost there. Last round is always the hardest. So close. There's our time. Done. Good job, guys. Resting. Getting ready for those lateral raises. Rest. Work. And done. All right, we're gonna take about a minute to get some water. We are gonna still continue to use our light weights. We can put our heavier weights away for now. So let's take this time to get some water, have a nice rest in between our rounds. Work. And we're gonna start up again in about 1 minute. For our next exercise, we're gonna be standing and we're gonna be using our chair to hold on. And taking our rest. So we're gonna be using our chair to hold on, and we're gonna do this next exercise one leg at a time. So we're gonna do 45 seconds on one leg, then we'll do an arm exercise in between, and then we'll do the other leg, and then we'll start over again with one leg. So right now I'm doing my left leg. I'm gonna send my left leg back down towards the ground. I can hinge a little bit and lean into the chair. It's there for my support. I'm gonna flex that foot and I'm gonna bring my heel to my tailbone and then extend. Here we go. There's our work. We're hamstring curling, bringing our heel to our tailbone, squeezing the back of our thighs. Keep going. What we want to be mindful of is that we're not letting our knee come forward and we're not hinging at the waist to get that leg up. We're simply sending our leg back and bending at the knee to bring our heel as close to our tailbone as possible. You can lean into your chair and we can have a little bit of a bend in our standing leg. It does not need to be completely straight. I want you to think of squeezing at the top and rest. Nice. We're gonna go ahead and sit in our chair, or we can do this standing if you prefer. I'm gonna do this sitting in my chair with my lighter weights. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna press these weights up towards the sky. So we're pushing the weights up towards the sky, trying to get them as high as we can, and then bringing them back down to our shoulders. Here we go. We're pressing up. Good, nice strong push. If this one is a little bit tough for you, you can always alternate going one at a time. We can also do this with no weights in our hand, just working the mobility of our shoulders, trying to get as high as we can, bringing our elbows towards our ears and bringing the weights straight above our head, trying not to press them forward. We want to bring them straight above our head, working our shoulders. Nice job. Okay, we're going to put these down and we're going to go onto the other leg. So we're going to stand up. We're going to use our chair for support. This can also be done without holding onto the chair if you'd like to work a little bit of balance. We have 5 seconds to rest. We're going to send that right leg back, get prepared, flex the foot, and we're going to bring our heel towards our tailbone. I want you to think of squeezing and holding at the top and then releasing. Working our hamstrings, the back of our thighs, little squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Nice and controlled. Remember, there's no movement in our hips. Everything is staying nice and still. We're just bending at the knee and bringing our heel to our tailbone. Almost there. Rest. And rest. Nice. We're going to go straight to the other side. So we're doing our left leg, or whichever leg you did first. That was the completion of our second round. And we do everything 3 times. So we're going to start our that was the completion of our first round. We're gonna start our second round now. Okay, we're resting, getting prepared, and squeeze. Good, little hold at the top, intentionally thinking about the muscle that we're trying to work. Nice. All right, let's get ready to sit in the chair and do those shoulder presses with our lighter weights, or no weights would be absolutely fine. Let's get a nice posture sitting up in the chair, using the back of our chair for support. And we're resting. Here we go. We're ready to work. And rest. We can put these down. Whew, not that hard. My floor is tile. Okay. Getting ready for those hamstring curls on our right leg. 5-second warning. We're ready to go. Getting set up. And we're in it. Almost there. And rest. Okay, that was the completion of our second round. We have one more round to go. We're going to start back up with those hamstrings on our left side. Resting. And go. Almost there. There's that timer. And done. Okay, getting ready for our shoulder press. Taking a nice rest. Last round. Let's go. The rest, but the rest warning gets me every time. Okay, we're in it. Getting those weights straight over our head, nice and tall. We got this, almost there. We're so close to the end. There it is, one more. Nice. Okay, we have one last exercise, our right side of those hamstring curls. And then we can call this a job well done. All right, let's get prepared. Rest. Last one, the best one. Let's go. Work. Nice and controlled. Send that knee behind you. Rest. All right, nice job, you guys. Job well done.